onefootflipper.
Hi, Paige here, the One Foot Flipper. My last video I talked about how I'm going to be closing down my card store and only be doing my non-card store, and I told people to try to load their card up with stuff and ask for a invoice, and that wasn't working out. So what I went ahead and did is I just put that entire store on buy one get one free. Let's see if anybody notices that. Now, this is a very dangerous thing to do if you've got some really good pricey merchandise, because what's probably going to happen now is that every card I have of any actual decent value is going to sell, and likely sell pretty fast as people discover it. I think the stuff at the low end is not going to move all that much. People scoop up some deals here and there, but I do think this is going to suck all the value out of that store fairly quickly, and then it won't matter as much what I do with the rest of it. Another thing, sometime in the comments people express concerns about my health and my weight, and you know what? You guys are right. I hadn't weighed myself in a while, and I weighed myself this morning, and I weighed 345. I was under the assumption that I weighed 310, which is what I weighed when I got out of the hospital, and while I was weighing myself pretty frequently the first year afterwards, that is what I stayed at. And now I know exactly why I'm in so much more pain now. Walking's more difficult. I've got more back pain because I've been heavy most of my life, but when I weighed around 300, I didn't have serious back pain problems or anything like that. But as soon as I start creeping up above that, oh, the back pain starts coming in. So I'm going to be working on that, cutting out drinking anything that has any calories, eating more baked potatoes. If I do get the fast food, I'm actually going to look at the calories and select something mild rather than getting the big double baconator or whatever it is. And I'm going to keep updating my weight in every video so somebody can hold me accountable to that. And plus, I need to get a new prosthetic knee, and you've got to weigh under 300 to get one of the microprocessor robot knees. And I'm quite a bit off that right now. Hopefully the prosthetic people will let me keep the loaner for as long as it takes, because right now I'm on a loaner because my old one blew out. Again, I've blown through a lot of those things. All right, we'll see you back down in the basement. We can talk about some real reselling stuff instead of my personal life, which probably isn't interesting to 90% of you. So one of the reasons why I decided to do buy one get one free rather than 50% off is that there's a lot of items in that store that are $1.99. Once that drops to 99 cents, the eBay 30-cent transaction fee eats up so much of the transaction that it's not worth dealing with. I'd rather pull 2 items. I get the profit is something like 4 times as much selling something for $2 as it is for $1. So it's a massive difference. I'd rather pull 2 items and sell it for $2 than I'd pull 1 item and sell it for $1. Hey, and I've sold a few things here. I sold this death pile monster here to Bruno. Bruno says this is literally what it feels like. I've used so much space. I even store things under my bed. Death pile's ugly and out of control. I stumbled against your channel by accident. Subscribed immediately. Thank you for keeping it 100% with everyone on how reselling really works. Keep it up, man. Signed, Bruno. Hey, thanks so much, Bruno. Your monster is on his way out towards you. All right, we'll have to wait till later tonight to see if the buy one get one free sale even sells anything at all. So far, it's sold 1, but it's only been up about an hour, and people aren't really massively shopping collector cards early in the morning. I sold some tomorrow, today, Uncle Sam and Snowman Christmas ornaments, $2.42. These got marked out a bunch of times and survived multiple Christmases. Hey, I also sold one of my Gans personalized balloon snowman ornaments. The series is actually called Get Carried Away, but since nobody but me seems to have it, that name is essentially meaningless because it doesn't exist anywhere on the product. I only know it because it's what's on the cases of the product. I've got tons of these in my store. You can get them blank, or you can have any name put on them, and sometimes I've got the names already printed on them. What else did I sell? I sold a Warlord Crom miniature. This was from a convention, Adepticon 2011. Sold for $6.55. I have one more of these guys left. This might be left over from my own childhood. It is part of a D&D box set. It's only one book of it. Sold for $8.09. This has been in my store since the very beginning. This is the sort of unicorn item that you don't really want to mark down when you're getting a, because you never know when the customer comes by who needs that one replacement piece. What you really need to do with things like this is when you're about to mark it down, instead price check it and just make sure you have the best price on that replacement piece for when the unicorn finally comes. Oh, giggity. I'm gonna have to pop this up on the screen over here. This is a Toledo, Spain cocktail picks and skewers shaped like swords. Sold for $35.99. It's already bagged up and it's got a whole bunch of little pieces that take forever to set up. And frankly, I'm not doing that. Sold a bag of train scenery / buildings, Texaco gas pumps and various bits. No actual building though, $20. Sold within 24 hours of listing it. And here it is, the Bolo. Sold a Beanie Baby Doc McStuffin's Dragon, $2.95. This is probably something that was my daughter's when she was 4 years old, because I would not have sourced this, and it was in a totally different bin than the Beanie Babies that I got in a huge buy that I didn't really want recently, so it had to have been my daughter's. Alright, be back in a bit.
Cool. Okay.
Alright, Julie's here with her cousins. It looks like we got a present here from a viewer. You can go ahead and open it up, Jules.
It's a monster kitty. I love it.
Oh, look at that. It's cute. Who is, does this say who is? Oh, there's something else in there.
It says diamond painted for... Oh, neato. Diamond painted. I've never seen that.
Mom, we need to go to Joann's. That reminds me of something.
Oh, I thought I was at Joanne yesterday because I went and got...
what do we got in here? What's it say?
Yeah, I had to go get...
A gift
see the
for
baby
you.
blanket I made.
I wasn't sure what you like, what to get, but this was cute and looked fun, so I hope you enjoy it, from Paula.
All right, just sold this GPX 13-inch TV DVD combo. It is still sealed in the original box. This could possibly be a viewer sale because this was just in a video the other day because somebody had messaged me about it, but this was sold to a different customer, and this is about to go out. Sold for $250. I believe I bought it for $10. All right, it is now the next day. I've had the buy one get one sale free store going for an entire day now. Results are mixed. Like I expected, about half the customers didn't notice at all. They buy one item, don't take the free item. Had somebody make 4 separate purchases 4 separate times throughout the day from me. Never took the free item. And I don't think they were confused thinking that they would get the free item and the second one would be free, because they bought these hours apart, and looking at their feedback, they'd been on a buying spree with multiple sellers, so they're just not looking. A lot of customers do not look at promotions, which is why I try to run my stores off best price in the first place. And so I've noticed something else too. My primary store now is actually full as far as the 1,000 listings go. I've got plenty of wiggle room in the area in the extra 10,000 for collectibles and media, but the 1,000 is just about full. I made myself a little bookmark so I can jump to a search to show me exactly how many of my items fall into the category of the 1,000 and how many fall into the category of the 10,000. And I got 970 in the 1,000 category, which means I am full. Can't put anything else in that category for a little bit. So I guess I'm just going to list records for a little while in there until some of that stuff sells through. And then if it doesn't, I'm going to start pulling the worst items and chucking them so I can put better stuff in. And I don't want to expand the store any bigger than that. I don't want to have a huge store that rots like my card store was doing. I want to keep it nimble, and I feel like that 1,000 plus the essentially unlimited media is a good enough size. I don't need to go bigger than that. Also, had a few people reach out to me asking to buy all my card inventory. The lowest offer I got was $105. Now, note, this is... and I think the person was a little bit confused at where they were getting their pricing from, because they seem to base it off of Magic the Gathering bulk card buy prices, but those prices are for the common and uncommon cards. They're not for the one hit card out of every pack. And my entire store is basically the hit card. It's all rares, or every card in it is the rare one or the shiny one. The only commons or uncommons in there are the ones that have price ranges that are well into what the rares are. So I thought that was a little funny. Also, the store sold more than $105 just yesterday. It's still making money. I think at buy list prices of what I actually have is more like $3,000. That's what I could get if I rolled that stuff down the street to the hobby store, or I sent it into Star City Games or one of those type of places. I'm not ready to do that yet. I'd like to suck as much value out as I can, because those buy list prices are based on them thinking that you're going to send them 100% garbage, and my stuff isn't 100% garbage yet. I want to get it down to 100% garbage, then unload it. I sold this Green Lantern Trader, $5.82. I got this in a bulk buy of RPG books, even though it's a graphic novel. I've had it for a little while. Probably went through a few markdowns. That's why it had such a weird price. And it was very far to the left on a shelf. And my bookshelves, I always put new things into the right and push things over, so I could tell it was old. I put this up on the screen. I sold this set of dice, assorted set of random dice, $10. I just put it up that day. I think what made it sell is there were two kind of unique dice in it, the oversized D20, and there's a 10-sided die with another 10-sided die inside of it, and I put both those in the title, and it sold the same day. I sold this piece of train scenery, this Pola ash remover stand. I put it up for $20, which was a couple bucks cheaper than the cheapest one on it. Somebody sent me an unsolicited $15 offer, because I don't have offers turned on. I countered back with, hey, I've already got the cheapest one, but I'll meet you in the middle. Send them $17.50, and you bought it. I would have sent 10% off anyway, had a few hours later when I would have gotten around to sending offers to watchers, so that was fine. And I also sold, up on the screen here, Bob Seger, Night Moves, $7.88. A lot of you were really helpful in the comments with various ideas to try to fix the store or fix the problem. Some of the ideas were really good. Some of them would have actually taken more labor than just going through and putting a condition on every single card. But ultimately, I'm not looking to put any more labor into this store. Some people suggested I send the cards to Carrie, American Arbitrage, but I don't want to encourage him to sell any more $1.49 cards, so I'm not going to be doing that. Plus, I don't have a lot of the kind of cards he likes. He likes sports cards. I don't have many sports cards. Not at all. So I'm just going to suck as much value out of this store and move on with my life. Yeah, I'd like to ask everybody something. What videos do you want to see next? Now, there's a few that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do a sourcing video because I source via various methods, and people who are more active than I am, I feel that they can do a better job of showing exactly how they're sourcing things than I am, because mine is weird. You're not likely to be doing sourcing primarily the same way as I am. And I'm also not going to do an accounting video because I am not an accountant. I do all my own bookkeeping, and I'm perfectly comfortable with that, but I am not perfectly comfortable with telling you how to do all your bookkeeping or shining a possible light on any errors that I'm making. So there will not be an accounting video. But I will tell you all, you do not have to do line-by-line, item-by-item accounting. You can do simple cash accounting, money in, money out. You do not have to calculate cost of goods or profit for each individual item. That is not necessary. I think people get the idea that that's necessary because there's various software packages, many of which are advertised by my friends on their channels, that do that sort of thing, but you don't actually need that sort of thing. So what would you like to see? What haven't I touched on yet? what do you want me to return to? I know people tend to like the videos about negative stuff, like, hey, here's 8 items that nobody's ever going to want to buy, or here's the 6, I'm not going to do the 6 worst eBay stores, I'm not sure what they would be, but anyway, I think that's about all I've got for today. Got to pick the kid up from camp pretty soon. Get to drive out there 3 times today because she left her lunch in the van, so went out, dropped her off, then I had to bring her lunch back to her, and hopefully I'll get this video edited in time to then go pick her up. Obviously I'm going to pick her up regardless if I get the video edited, but I would like to finish it first. Hey, thanks for watching. You know that guy who changes your oil at the instant oil change? Tell him about my channel. I never see him in the comments. Come on. And why not hit that like button? And make sure you're still subscribed. 2/3 of the people watching this channel aren't subscribed. Maybe they unsubscribed on accident. It could happen. Maybe their dog clicked the mouse. You know, their Aunt Paula was using the phone and she unsubscribed. It could happen. So make sure you're subscribed. Thanks. Goodbye.